Go ahead. Make my day.
I see dead. Restless.
Milk was a bad choice.
Wax on, right hand. Wax off, left hand. Wax on, wax off.
Hello, and welcome to Watchlist Rundown, the podcast where we explore the cinematic universe one ridiculous question at a time. We are so glad to have you here with us. My name is Hunter. I am one of your hosts on our show, and as always, I am joined by my good friend and co-host Nick.
What up?
And we'll get into the topic here in a minute, but first we want to do a life update. This is a new segment that we want to introduce. This is basically going to be a movie or show that one of us has watched recently, and if we liked it, what we thought about it, etc. You want to go first?
Well, what I've watched recently was Ahsoka, the new Star Wars TV show.
And what exactly are your thoughts on it?
It's literally Rebels Season 5. Just live action.
Is there anything... I haven't seen any of it yet, so don't really put any spoilers, but is there anything about it that is throwing you off from the switch from like a Rebels to live action Ahsoka?
Not really. I mean, the only thing that really throws me off is the new Inquisitor Morak, or Morik, however you say his name.
Isn't Starkiller's last name Morik?
Yeah.
So...
But everybody's thinking, like, theorizing that it's Starkiller because, like, Sam Whitaker or whatever.
He voices him.
Yeah, it's additional. He was credited as additional voices.
Like, if they don't have him as Starkiller, first off, what a letdown. But also, you know how cool it would be to have an Inquisitor be Darth Vader's secret apprentice?
Well, dude, can you imagine if Starkiller gets canonized? That changes the whole ball game now.
That would be insane. Like, you could get a whole new series out of that. We get a Starkiller series. I'm sure they do his background to do like a prequel.
He could be in the new Rey, movie.
True. Oh, there's just so much that they can do with Starkiller. That would be so cool. I know that he's so overpowered, but he's just such a cool character.
He is beyond overpowered. Oh my!
It'd be such a shame to not use him.
But yeah,
I'm excited to watch it. I guess that'll lead into my recently watched My Life Update. I have been on a Star Wars animated show kick so that I can be all caught up, so I can watch Ahsoka. I didn't realize how much of Star Wars: The Clone Wars I had already seen. I had literally seen every single season and episode until season 7. I did not realize that until I finished season 6 and Ahsoka left the Order, and I was like, oh, I've seen this already.
Huh.
So I had already watched all 6 seasons, and then I just hadn't seen season 7. But I'm glad I rewatched it. It's such a freaking good show. So I rewatched all of that. Season 7 is some of the best Star Wars ever.
Mm-hmm.
It is so good. And then
especially when it ties into the movies and stuff.
When it starts tying into the movies, I started getting chills. I loved it. So then now, after watching Clone Wars, I have been watching Rebels, which also is very good.
Very good show.
I was thrown off by the art style a little bit when I started it. Like, I don't know, the characters just look a little bit more childish looking, but I feel
and
like
the lightsabers are basically toothpicks.
And the lightsabers are basically toothpicks. But I feel like at this point I've kind of fallen into the rhythm, and I don't even notice it anymore.
Yeah.
It's really good. I really like it. I just finished season 3, and I am on season 4. I think an episode or 2 into it.
Dang, dude, you're moving fast on that.
I know. I have watched all of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, at least 4 or 5 seasons of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, and 3 seasons of Rebels in like a week and a half.
Dang.
It's it's life. It's great. Anyway, that's our life update, and that will lead into today's topic, actually. Maybe we planned this, maybe we didn't. Today's episode is going to be Star Wars. Both of us are huge Star Wars fans, as you can tell.
Yeah.
When did you watch your first Star Wars movie?
It was, oh my gosh, when I was like really young. I think my first one was A New Hope.
Yep, me too. My first one was A New Hope also.
And then I think it was A New Hope, and then I watched Revenge of the Sith.
No, that's such a terrible way to do it.
I was a kid, man, and then
My
I
parents
watched
actually
Clone
did
Wars.
it. You what? Oh, you watched Clone Wars, yeah.
Yeah.
My parents actually did it right, and I feel like yours sort of did. Like, I love the fact that both of us, our first Star Wars movie was A New Hope. I feel like that's just how it should be. I know that it's not episode 1, but it's the first one. I feel like 4, 5, and 6 are just so good, and you have more of that. Like when you find out Darth Vader is Luke's father, that's such a big moment, and it wouldn't be a big moment if you've already seen the first 3.
Yeah, true.
So I just love how you have that huge that's Luke's father. Like that, it's such a huge moment. And
funny you should say that. I actually found out that Darth Vader was Luke's father during the Lego Star Wars game. So
what a way to find. Well, I guess if you had already only seen the first one and the third one, then you probably played like the Lego games or something. I guess that's the way to find out.
And they didn't even talk. They just went.
I'm your father. Interesting. Yeah, I think I can't exactly remember when the first time I saw it was, but it was probably when I was like, I don't know, 6, old enough to understand it.
Yeah.
But
Same
it's
here.
still great going back and watching it. Like, we just rewatched A New Hope in theaters during the 40th anniversary re-release.
No, we watched Return of the Jedi.
Oh, right. Nope, never mind. You're right. Return of the Jedi. Either way, it was so good. And it was such an experience. Watching the credits, or the credit scroll, whatever you want to call it, the intro.
Title scroll.
Such a chills moment. Like,
Dude, Ahsoka has a title scroll on it, which is pretty cool.
I saw that. I did see that, and I'm excited to see what that's like. I know that it's like red and it's, like written out different, but the first time I saw a title scroll in theaters was the first Rey movie,
Force Awakens.
Yeah, which
mine too.
Was such a surreal thing. Like, watching all of the Star Wars movies and the shows and stuff like that, and growing up on it. I know everybody's kind of grown up on these movies at this point with how old they are, but growing up and watching all of them and then going to theaters, getting to experience that for a movie nobody else has ever seen before for the first time was just so cool.
Yeah.
And that was such a chills moment as well. But I don't know, something about watching the original trilogy, the third movie in the original trilogy in theaters was so unique, and like I can understand how that movie has shaped movies for generations.
I'm just glad I got to scream out Anakin's name and make everybody laugh.
Anakin! Yes.
Hell yeah! It was
I don't know. that just was such a cool experience, and I feel like not many movies create that experience.
Dude, that was my experience with like how you're feeling with that. That's my experience with like the newer Halloween movies when like they have those title scrolls where it's like Halloween or like Halloween Kills, you know?
Oh, and it's like going through the pictures and you see the pumpkins.
Yeah, the pumpkin. That it's just like that for me.
Yeah, I get it. I feel like the new one kind of sucked.
I don't know what you're talking about. We can just move on to Star Wars.
Moving on to Star Wars, okay. So I guess first, which one, and I'm pretty sure I already know the answer, but which one is your favorite?
Like movie-wise?
Movie-wise, yep.
Shit.
Okay, how about this? Which one is your favorite in the original trilogy?
Empire
Strikes Back. Okay. I would agree that it's probably the best movie, but I enjoy watching A New Hope more.
I think my favorite out of all the movies is honestly Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones, really?
Yeah, I know.
Huh. I love all of them. All of them the same. Like I mean not the same, but I love all of them, and there's nothing that I don't. Well,
it's just because like
excluding Rey's series. There's none that I don't dislike. Like I love them all. I think they're all great movies. Even like the one with young Anakin, episode 1. I still think episode 1 is still a great movie.
Yeah, with Darth Maul, dude, that was sick.
Heck yeah. Like, he brought one of the best villains, one of the most conflicted characters, and we didn't realize it until Clone Wars, but he is such a freaking cool and good character. And I after watching Rebels, and if you haven't seen Rebels or Clone Wars or Ahsoka, there might be some spoilers in this episode, just gonna throw that out there and say it. But how they tied up and finished his story, I sent you a TikTok the other day, I'm not sure if you watched it or saw it. But it was, what's Starkiller's actor's name again?
Sam Whitaker?
Yeah, Sam Whitaker. He was talking about Darth Maul's final scene with Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
And how Obi-Wan is playing a psychological game on Darth Maul. And he starts off as his young Ewan McGregor pose.
Yeah, and then he goes to the Alec Guinness.
Then he goes to the Alec Guinness pose, and then he goes to the Qui-Gon Jinn pose.
Yep.
And
yeah, I did see that TikTok, and then
and he enraged Darth Maul, and that was it. And then Darth Maul attacks him in 2 swift moves. He finishes him, and that's when Darth Maul realizes, this isn't just him guarding anything. This is him, a Jedi Master, guarding the most important thing in the galaxy.
For real, yeah.
And I just, like, as Sam Whitaker was talking about it, I just got chills. I'm like, whoa.
Have you seen him do, like, amp up to the Darth Maul voice? Like, have you seen that?
I have seen him do it. It's so good.
Oh my goodness.
He is who, so you have J.J. Abrams. You have George Lucas.
Yeah.
He created the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then he passed off everything that he knew, and he had a protege that he undertook, who then took everything over from there. Right?
Yep.
Sam Whitaker he's got to be next. Him and Freddie Prinze Jr. They got to take it on the mantle together.
Yeah.
Like, they have to. Like, you have to have somebody who is as enthusiastic and excited about talking about it as the fans are. Like, you can't just have all these corporate people being like, well, we can make another Disney movie.
Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah. So, I guess we talked about the original 3, and you said, which one is your favorite? I said, which one's my favorite?
Yep.
I guess the reason New Hope's my favorite is, of the 3, is I think the third one is a better movie. It has more action, it's more entertaining. But I feel like episode 4 is just so... It's so new, it's so unique. We've never seen anything like this before. It's the first, you know?
Yeah.
And there's something about being the first that is hard to compete with, which they've done a very well job of competing with it. So, now let's skip the prequels. Let's go to the sequels.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts? And I already feel like I know them, but what are your thoughts on the sequels?
Force Awakens was fucking amazing, dude. Like,
Truth.
I love that movie so
I feel like
much.
it's not given enough credit. The Force Awakens is a very good movie. J.J. Abrams started off so strong.
Yeah, and then, nope. Fucking, what the hell was Last Jedi, bro?
Okay, yes. So, I actually, when I first saw The Last Jedi, I had never seen another Rian Johnson movie.
I have. Knives Out.
I had not. Well, Knives Out came out after Last Jedi.
Did it? Oh,
Yes.
shit, it did. Okay.
So before Last Jedi, I had never seen any Rian Johnson movie. So that movie came out, and I hated it. Like, there are so many stupid decisions. Like, first off, why he killed off and treated the hero of Star Wars, like the hero of Star Wars. He treated him like a disgraced bum who was drinking blue milk out of the udder of a space animal. He made him grungy and dirty, and he didn't make him noble. Luke Skywalker has always been the noble hero.
Yeah. And then, nah. It was
You know what I mean? Though, like
it's so stupid.
He's always been like elegant, and he's not the person who is going to try and kill his nephew. That's not who he is. That's not what he would do.
Mm-mm.
Like, that's not the move that he would make. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that was kind of a no good on their part.
And then the fact that they killed Snoke. Like, I understand wanting to
give Kylo... my gosh, dude, yeah.
Like, I understand wanting to give Kylo Ren more of a arc.
Mm-hmm.
But you could have done that in a way better way where it didn't include killing Snoke. Like, he was the big villain. He was who you're building up. You could have done so many things with him. You could have made him so powerful. You could have made him so much better. Mm-hmm. And I am only starting to now appreciate episode 9. What is that one called again?
Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker, yeah, it's stupid.
She's not even a Skywalker, bro.
Exactly.
She's a fucking Palpatine.
So, like, with The Mandalorian, I have grown to not hate the idea of the Emperor being a clone.
He's not a clone, though.
Is he not?
He's not. No, that's
I don't know. Like I said, I've watched that movie once and never watched it again.
Dude, the Emperor was all like messed up and mangled, had like missing fingers and stuff because of the Death Star being blown up. It like, because he landed...
but he was preparing his body to be a clone.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, and that's what Mandalorian has been building up is the cloning process. That's why they need Grogu for his DNA so that they can have somebody with really powerful midichlorians so that they can like be able to make these clones. That's what they're working towards, is creating a clone of Palpatine so that the future movies, the sequels, make sense. But
they're still not making sense.
They still are stupid and don't make sense, and they went in such a stupid direction that now they're going to have to do they're not going to retcon it because they're not going to do that, which sucks. So instead, they have to try to build upon it and try to correct it with outside sources. So they have to use The Mandalorian to try to correct it. There's the show called The Resistance. I haven't seen it. I don't know if it's good or not. But I'm sure they're probably doing some corrective stuff in The Resistance as well. Like, yeah. You know what I mean? They have to do almost what Clone Wars did for Hayden Christensen. They have to come back in and make people understand this character and these characters and why what happened. For there to be any sort of appreciation. I still don't think that they're going to be able to pull off what Clone Wars did, where, like, our generation, we love the prequels. Like, the prequels are just as good as the original trilogy. They're amazing movies. Whereas, like, the older generation, like our parents' generation, they did not like the prequels. They hated the prequels. They didn't like what they did. They don't like what happened. They don't like how they portrayed the characters. They didn't like how Hayden Christensen played Anakin.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's possible with the sequels.
Who knows? I mean, maybe our kids will love them.
It's going to be like Back to the Future. You're not ready for that yet, but your kids will love it.
You're not ready for that, but your kids are going to love it.
I don't know. Okay, let's... I guess we kind of agree on the sequels that Force Awakens is the best one. It started off so hot, so good. It was so...
And then ended shitty.
Yeah, it had such great energy. It had such a great intro to those characters. Rey was a good character. She had like a humble beginning. I wish that they would have not made her a Palpatine, or it was funny because Rian Johnson's like, she's a nobody, and then JJ comes back. He's like, she's not a nobody. She's a Palpatine, and then she's like, I'm not a Palpatine. I'm a Skywalker.
Well, I don't know what the fuck you are, but you're something, alright.
You're something. I don't dislike Rey. I think that Daisy Ridley played the character very well, and I think that she did what she could do with what she was given.
Mm-hmm.
If A Force Awakens was the only one that we had received, and that was it, it would have been a good start, and it would have been a good movie, and it would have been much more appreciated as a new introduction into Star Wars.
Yeah.
But that's not what happened. And now we're going to be getting another Rey movie here in the future that's going to be about a new Jedi Order. We'll see how that goes.
But I'm excited about that one because Hayden Christensen and Mark Hamill are going to be in it.
Force Ghosts.
Which,
I'm excited for that one because we're going to get Hayden Christensen and Mark Hamill and possibly a more adult Grogu, and there's going to be probably Ezra Bridger there, and maybe Ahsoka and stuff.
Oh, dude, Ahsoka's probably going to be long dead by then.
She's not going to die.
Imagine. She dies at the end of the series.
I'd probably be so mad. They wouldn't do that to that character.
No. But
like, even in Rebels, I know that she's not dead. I've seen some spoiler stuff from in the past, but even though then we know that she's not gone. Like, they wouldn't kill her that fast and that without answering any questions. So we just know that she's not dead and she will be coming back.
Well, obviously, I mean, she's alive in the show.
Right. Could you imagine if Rebels got canceled?
Oh, right after the Vader and Ahsoka battle?
That would ruin everything. Like, they would have to figure out a way to, like, bring her character back.
That'd be so bad.
Honestly, without Rebels, I feel like Rebels doesn't get enough appreciation. There is so much Star Wars we would not have right now.
For real. Like,
we would not have any Mandalorian. We could have Boba Fett, but it would not be the same Boba Fett. Like, there's so much Star Wars that was created out of that.
Inquisitors,
which are... Oh, so Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Yeah, for real, right? Yeah.
Like, there's so much to thank for Rebels, and I feel like Rebels does not get enough appreciation. Now that Ahsoka's out, I think it's getting that appreciation. I had never watched it. I hadn't even considered watching it until Ahsoka was announced, and I realized, okay, crap, I gotta watch this. But I am loving it. It is so good. Anyway, we got the sequels done. Really quick, I want to talk on the sequels. Finn.
Oh, FN2187. Oh, dude, that was good memory. Yeah, high five me for that one. That was really
good. Yeah, good for you. I love Finn. He is such a cool character who was completely screwed over.
Yeah, he's the only one that can yell Rey. Like every 5 minutes.
Rey!
Rey! Rey! Rey! It's like the new Rachel. Rachel!
So, I think that John Boyega is a phenomenal actor. He's a dope person, and the way that they portrayed his character was so annoying. Rian Johnson started off really well. I think that he put Rey and Finn on the same sort of elevated pedestal. They were both the main characters. We were following both of these characters through their growth and there wasn't one that was going to be more of an important character than the other.
Yeah.
But then again, Rian Johnson came in and he sidelined this character. And he like made him have like a weird girlfriend, I guess, with Rose. Like, let's not even talk about the Rose
for
thing.
that movie.
That was so. Yeah, well, he was in, I think, a solid 10 seconds in the final movie.
And then in Rise of Skywalker, he's with a new girl that rides space horses, and Rose is just like, lesbian. I'm space lesbian.
It was so dumb. Like, Finn could have been a stormtrooper turned Jedi. Like, you know how freaking cool that is?
Everybody like that I knew at the time was theorizing that he was gonna be Mace Windu's son.
And that would be dope. But also, it doesn't make sense in the story of Mace Windu. Mace Windu's too good of a Jedi to actually have a kid.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you're not allowed to have sexual relations as a Jedi. You just can't form attachments. So, like, you do the deed, but, all right, baby, I'm gonna go save the universe. Peace.
Okay, bye, sugar plum. I mean, Sam Jackson has slept with aliens, so.
All right.
What would be your favorite animated show?
Okay, I haven't finished Rebels yet, but I think as storytelling goes, Rebels tells a better story with less filler.
Yeah.
But there's also more episodes in Star Wars The Clone Wars, which I'm okay with filler episodes. Like, I enjoy the filler episodes. They're fun. They kind of just add to the outside of the universe, like more extended universe stuff. Like, everybody was mad about that episode with Jack Black and Lizzo. I thought that episode of Mando felt like a Star Wars The Clone Wars episode. Like, it felt like it wasn't like anything super high stakes, but it was just fun.
Yeah.
You know? So I would say probably Clone Wars, because of how it tied it so amazingly to the third movie, but story-wise, I think Rebels is very good, and it's living up more than I thought it could to Clone Wars.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm gonna say Clone Wars, but
I'm gonna say the old Clone Wars.
The movie?
No, like the 2002 Clone Wars animated series. Have you ever seen that one?
I know there's the Clone Wars movie.
It was like, I think it was like 2002, where it takes place between episode 2 and 3, which is like, it's like Padawan Anakin, like it's not Jedi Knight Anakin, and it like does different stories and stuff, and Anakin has like a golden robot arm, and Asajj Ventress is in it.
Star Wars
like that
Clone Wars 2003. Oh.
Those were my favorite ones.
What is that on?
I think they're on Disney.
Are they?
I think so. I don't know.
Interesting.
But that's the TV show I grew up on. So I mean, those are my favorites. I think there's
Anthony
only
Daniels came back and played C-3PO in it. Okay.
Yep.
Huh.
I think there's only 3 seasons, I think.
That's more than I thought. I've not seen this.
Yeah, they're really good. You should watch it after Rebels.
Does it tie in to Clone Wars?
The Clone Wars was the remake for it.
Okay, so is this retcon then?
Not really, no. I mean, they mentioned it in episode 3, some of the episodes.
Well, I mean, it came out probably when did episode 3 come out?
2005.
So it came out just after 2005.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because it was 2003 to 2005. I like the art style.
I do too.
Is Ahsoka in this?
I can't remember. I know Saz Ventress is in it, but
I don't think she is. No, I guess she wasn't created yet.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out. But I've got too many other things to watch right now, so I'm not gonna put it high on my watch list.
Yeah,
it's on,
like the
it's
Nice
on,
Guys.
It's on Amazon.
Oh.
It's not even on Disney. They don't want anybody to know it exists.
Well, I mean, it's kind of gory too.
It's gory?
Yeah, it has blood in it.
Hell yeah. I need more Star Wars with blood. That's another thing about the sequels. I thought they were starting it off so strong. Like, this is gonna be intense. Like, Finn wipes blood on his mask in the first, 10 seconds of the movie. And then you never see blood again.
Yep, no more blood. Bye-bye.
It was like, oh, this is gonna be so cool, and then nothing. No, I do like the art style of this Star Wars: The Clone Wars. It looks interesting. It's a total of 2 hours and 13 minutes, so it wouldn't take very long to watch.
Nope.
It's literally the length of a movie. It's called it says Star Wars: The Clone Wars, or Star Wars Clone Wars begun. The micro series has. That's on the cover, and then it's got Yoda on there. Does it have more character development for Asajj Ventress?
I can't remember or not.
What happened to her? Did she die? I can't remember. I don't think she died.
Yeah, she died.
Did she?
Mm-hmm.
When?
Maul killed her.
Are you sure?
Either Maul killed her or she became good and went off into the...
I think she's alive because... Oh, maybe is she in Bad Batch?
Shit, I don't know. I haven't really watched Bad Batch.
Okay, Asajj Ventress alive? Question mark? Because I know at the end of Clone Wars, she told Kenobi what happened to Ahsoka, and then he ran away, and then we don't really see her again. I don't know if she ever actually died. So we could have, I guess, Ventress maybe come back. That'd be cool.
For live action? Oh, dude, what if she comes in Ahsoka?
What if she... No, that'd be interesting. I mean, they do have, a more of a personal connection.
Inquisitor? Huh.
You think Anna could make her an Inquisitor? But she's
nah.
I don't know. I feel like she's probably would be considered like a rogue, Jedi sort of character, because you have that rule of 2, and she was Darth Maul's secret apprentice. So I don't know. Let's talk prequels.
Prequels, okay.
Which one is your favorite prequel?
Episode 2.
Oh yeah, we already started talking about this. I guess it's not really... I'm not unique. Episode 3 is just...
Yeah.
So good. I could watch that movie on repeat all the time. It's so entertaining. The fight scenes in that movie are just so good. It's also so memeable and quotable.
Mm-hmm. Hello there.
There's
this is where the fun begins.
There's so many good quotes from that movie, and I love it. I don't know. There's just something about that movie. It's one that just... It's hard to even explain. It's just so entertaining and good, and the fights... That's peak Star Wars fighting. I know the reason why in the sequels the fighting was slow and not very good is because apparently they didn't have a lot of training and stuff like that. But
yeah.
Come on, I can swing a sword better than that. You're swinging it like you're swinging a baseball bat, trying to hit a baseball, and then you stop swinging it, and you gotta figure out how to swing it again. It's stupid. Whereas you watch the Anakin versus Obi-Wan, and it's just so intense, and it's so fast, and you can barely see their blades, and it's just I love it.
It was really good.
It's just, I don't know. There's something that hits different about it. I love it. I will always love it. It makes me happy. Let's talk about future Star Wars, talk about the Force, talk about how Disney does or doesn't understand the Force and how it works and how maybe...
Well, Disney understands. It's Kathleen Kennedy who doesn't understand. Honestly, I think
Jon Favreau understands.
Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni should just be in charge.
Yeah, I don't know why Kathleen Kennedy is trying to do anything. Like, nobody likes anything that she does. And then she just does stuff.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
It drives me nuts.
The only thing that she did good was bring back Ian McGregor as Obi-Wan. But even then they nerfed him.
Yeah, I was listening to some Sam Whitaker discussions. Mm-hmm. And he was talking about how fans don't understand the Force and understand Star Wars as a whole. He's saying it's not the good guys always win kind of story.
Yeah,
he said, and this is directly from Sam Whitaker. This is the guy who knows Star Wars probably better than most. He said that you're not gonna just have a happy ending with one character or another character, or the sad ending for a villain because they're a villain. He said that there is two sides and there always has to be balance, and the Force will always make it be balanced. Mm-hmm. So what you have is Palpatine, who is trying to become the ruler of the universe. He's trying to become the Emperor, and he is very smart, but Yoda is clouded by the dark side. Yoda's vision's blurred. He doesn't really... That's the one thing about between Yoda and Palpatine. Palpatine has the power. He doesn't have his mind clouded. He is fully the dark side. Whereas Yoda is fully the light, but the light can be corrupt by the dark. And it makes it so that Palpatine can see things more clearly, and he can either kill Anakin, but he knows if he does that, then there's going to be somebody bigger and better that will then fill in that gap, and the light will balance itself out, and he doesn't want that to happen. So instead of doing that, he seduces Anakin to the dark side.
Yeah.
And upon doing that, the universe then balances itself out, and you have two dark side, and it creates two light side, Luke and Leia, to balance out the two dark. So there's always going to be a back and forth of energy and who's going to be on top and who's going to win the day, who's going to equal out on the Force. So if something bad happens in one movie, Sam Whitaker's like, I could tell you what happens in the next movie before it happens based off of what happened in the last movie. He said, if something happens in the first movie to the light side, something bad will happen in the next movie to the dark side. If something bad happens to the dark side, something good's going to happen to the... or something bad's going to happen to the Force. The good side? What do you call the good side?
The light side?
The light side of the Force.
Light side and dark side, Hunter.
Yes. He said it's always going to even out. So I feel like that's something that people don't really care to realize or don't want to realize, is that they don't care what you think. Yeah. They don't care about your theories or whatever. There's always going to be something that evens something else out.
Yeah. Wish I understand it.
I don't know. I think that makes sense. I'm okay with it. I don't like it when villains or when heroes always win. That's what I like about Star Wars, is that you feel the dread, the loss, the what has happened is so heavy. Like,
yeah, that's what made Avengers Infinity War, bro, because it felt so different from any
exactly. Like, Avengers Infinity War was episode 3. Like, in the end of the movie, everyone dies.
What? I didn't know that.
I feel like that those are the two movies that have really done that. Like, even like what's it called? Rogue One. Rogue One was so good, and it had the good. It had the Force. It had the light side win. They got what they needed for the Death Star, but it also comes with some of the dark side, where they all die.
Yep.
You know, it always evens itself out.
Which that was like awesome hallway scene with Darth Vader, by the way.
Oh, let's talk about peak Darth Vader. Okay, so Darth Vader in the original trilogy was... It's hard to say nerfed because that was the first introduction of the character, but compared to the Darth Vader we have today, he was so nerfed in the original trilogy.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I guess you could say he was holding back because Luke was his son and he was holding himself back from hurting him. But if you watch all the new Darth Vader stuff we have now,
like him and Kenobi when that Inquisitor lady was trying to kill him and he wasn't even, like, he didn't even try, bro.
Bro, when he snapped the kid's neck,
yeah,
I was like, holy shit, he just snapped that dude's neck. That was... You can say what you want to say about the Kenobi show. I, for one, really liked it. There were some things that I could live without in it, but as a whole, I think it was a great addition. I love the Inquisitors in it. Darth Vader, that is some of the best Darth Vader content we've ever gotten.
I really hope we get a Kenobi season 2.
I hope we either get a Kenobi season 2 or we get a Darth Vader show. And it shows Darth Vader between episodes 3 and episodes 4 just going through the galaxy. I guess you have some of that in Rebels, but he's not really the main focus in Rebels either. Like, he's off doing other stuff.
Yeah, no.
So, you can have... Well, you know what you could have? Starkiller.
That would be so sick to have a Starkiller and Darth Vader show.
Bro, we need to start... We could. If they make this character, Marok in Ahsoka as Starkiller, that opens up a whole new door for us to have a Starkiller TV show. Like, or movie. I'm okay with the Starkiller movie. I think he deserves more time than a movie and should probably get a TV show.
Yeah.
But opening up that door, because what really is Darth Vader doing between episodes 3 and 4? It doesn't really show us for the most part. Like, I was expecting him to be in Rebels way more than he is.
Really?
I mean, I don't mind how little he is in it because I really like the characters that they are facing, and every time Darth Vader appears, they just all get scared shitless and run away.
Wait, so did you watch the episode where Ahsoka and Vader fought?
Yeah, that's at the end of episode 2, or season 2.
I think that's the last time you see Vader in that show.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, doesn't Vader come back for the end of season? I'm not done with season 4 yet, but doesn't he come back at the end of season 4 when they go into that like weird in between something or other? I'm not that far yet, so I don't understand it yet.
I don't think so. I think that's the last time you see Vader.
Really? Okay, so in that case, what happens between episode 3 and episode 4? We need that filler. I want that filler. Like, I want something. I don't care. I really would love a Starkiller. If we don't get a Starkiller, whatever. But those games were so good at showing Darth Vader's other side of him kind of wanting to protect himself, because that's how the dark side works. You have the master that kills the apprentice, the apprentice that kills the master, and then they become the master, and then their apprentice killed them. That's kind of how the dark side always works.
Yeah.
So he was preparing to do exactly what Palpatine did to his master. That's what he was preparing to do. You know?
Yeah.
Do you think we're gonna get Darth Plagueis in these prequel stuff that's coming out? The prequel stuff?
God, I really hope. Oh yeah, the Old Republic movie that's supposed to be coming out.
Yeah, but I guess Old Republic is like 500 years in the past, so I don't know if they could do that.
They can name drop them at the end, be like, "We have seen a vision. A man called Darth Plagueis."
Maybe, but I feel like that's also playing to the fans, and they don't like to do that, so I doubt it. Well, here's the thing: when they have this old, it's called Old Republic, right? What's it called? Great
What
Republic?
one?
Huh?
Oh, the game?
No. Well, what's it called before, like when you had like the Jedi at their peak? What's that called?
I can't think of it.
What is? I sent a picture of it to you. I feel like of like the eras. What was it called?
Oh, hang on, let me look.
Yeah, didn't I send you that picture?
I think so. I think you sent it on Messenger.
What did I send it on? But oh, here it is. I found it. So you have it was a Twitter thing. The eras of Star Wars: the Dawn of Jedi, the Old Republic, the High Republic. Okay, is the High Republic. The High Republic takes place like a solid 500 years ago, doesn't it? Or is
I think it's like 1,000 years.
1,000 years?
Yeah.
Let's Google.
Oh yes, Google.
My cord is over the top of my computer. That's not happening. How long ago was the Old Republic? Okay. Old Republic was formed 25,000 years before the events of Episode 4.
Holy shit.
So it's still like 25,000 years. Okay, so you have 25,000 years of time to make whatever you want to make. You know how much Star Wars we can have?
A lot.
So much Star Wars. Like, you can have like the end of the High Republic into the fall of the Jedi, where you have like a young Master Yoda. You can have a beginning of the High Republic as the Jedi is just getting formed. And I'm pretty sure, what did they announce is coming out? What Star Wars projects are there coming out? Skeleton Crew, which I'm also really excited about.
Yep.
Sharman Obadiah Chioni's Jedi Order movie in development. So Jedi Order is probably going to be, I'm going to guess, late High Republic. Or maybe it's going to be the new Jedi Order, and then it'll be future Ahsoka. It might be that. And you have Ahsoka. And then you have the Acolytes, which I've heard is taking place during the High Republic. Let's see. When does the Acolytes take place? Yes.
I think that got canceled.
Nope, it didn't. And it takes place during the High Republic era. So, yep. Star Wars Acolytes takes place in the High Republic era. This period lasted 408 years and ended around 50 years before the Phantom Menace. Acolytes is said to take place near the end of the High Republic era, meaning it'll probably start time around 100 BBY, before Baby Yoda. It's actually before Battle of Yavin, but I like before Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda.
That's because Acolytes occurred 100 years before the Phantom Menace. This series events occurs right around the end of the High Republic era, which is the most fruitful era for both the Jedi Order and the Galactic Republic. So this is going to be when Yoda is going to be like apprentice or a just barely master. And then we're going to have Andor Season 2. Really quick, love Andor so much. Have you watched? You watched it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I loved it. I thought it was great. I'm so excited for Season 2. It's also really pretty. Like that scene where they were like hijacking that ship with all of the stuff in it, and then they had to escape during that star shower.
Yeah.
That was so cool. Mandalorian Season 4. And then we have the Lando movie show, whatever it is, coming out. And then we have the untitled Taika Waititi film or films. It's unsure yet if it's going to be a future series. I know it doesn't focus on any Skywalkers, which will be nice.
Do you think in the Lando show that the guy who played young Han Solo will appear in there?
I hope so, because that movie gets so much hate. I honestly really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie. It did the same thing. You have the light side bringing out the dark side. You had Han Solo, who's the good guy, who ends up falling in love with a girl that ends up becoming the bad guy.
She's apprenticed by Darth Maul, which we never saw again.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was a good movie. I liked it. I would love to see that character come back. Hopefully, and I'm assuming he will. He'll be back in Lando.
Yeah.
We still have to see him win the ship from Lando, don't we? Or did we already see that?
No, he did that at the end of
Did he do that
Solo.
In Solo? Okay. And then we have 3 untitled Lucasfilm released movies too.
Which is I think that's the new trilogy with Taika Waititi, isn't it?
Yeah. This says, and I don't believe this is definitely wrong. It says May 22, 2026, December 18, 2026, and December 17, 2027. There's no way we're getting 3 movies in 2 years.
Well, if this writer's strike stops, maybe.
Yeah, well, it doesn't seem like it's stopping anytime soon.
Stupid.
Anyway, Star Wars is great. I love Star Wars. It is one of the greatest universes ever created, and there's not much more I can say about that.
Literally enough said.
Enough said. May the Force be with you. Thanks for listening. Check out our other episodes. Eventually, we're going to try to turn it into a video format on YouTube. But right now we're actually recording remote, so we're not with each other. So once we can get actually back together, we can record some of our faces so you can see those. If you're listening for the first time, welcome. Thank you for listening. If you've listened again, thank you for coming back. We really appreciate it. If you have noticed, we have updated our logo. We wanted to be a little bit more personal, so those are our faces. Maybe enhanced a little bit to look a little bit cooler, but that's what we look like.
Hey man, I look cool all the time.
Of course, right after I did this, Nick got a haircut, but it's fine.
Yeah. I'm growing it back out.
Yeah. So that's the end of this episode. May the Force be with you. Thanks for listening.
Adios.
Peace.